Hi, and welcome to the June 2022 Bourne Review. I'm Susan Barlow. First, for some headline news and announcements. The Bourne on the 4th of July parade is back. It runs along Main Street, and you can tell by the folks lining the streets and their big smiles that it's a welcome and fun event, and welcome to summer, Bourne.
Thank you. Happy 4th of July!
Another new coffee shop will open in Bourne. The vacant Friendly's restaurant will be taken over by Starbucks. Starbucks will be the 12th coffee shop in Bourne, located a mere 300 yards from a Mary Lou's coffee shop and the 500 yards from a Dunkin' Donuts. A Race Amity Day celebration was held in Buzzards Bay Park on June 12th by the Bourne Wareham Race Amity Group. In 2015, the Massachusetts legislature made the second Sunday in June Race Amity Day. Race Amity promotes the friendship and cooperation between people of different races and cultures. The celebration consisted of music, and speeches were given by State Senator Susan Moran, Select Board Member Melissa Ferretti, and the Race Amity Proclamation was read by Select Board Member Mary Jane Mastrangelo.
Proclamation. Whereas Bourne supports the Great Seal of the United States of America, which bears the inscription E Pluribus Unum, which translates from Latin as out of the many, one. And whereas the greatest asset of the town of Bourne is its people, and whereas the town of Bourne is comprised of multicultural, multi-ethnic, and multiracial citizens, and whereas friendship, collegiality, civility, respect, and kindness are commonly shared ideals of the collective citizenry of the town of Bourne.
You can see the celebration in its entirety on BourneTV.com or visit our YouTube channel. On June 11th, about 2,000 people attended the first annual National Marine Life Center's Food Truck Festival in the parking lot behind the center. It was complete with a series of live bands, crafters, and a petting zoo. Lines were long at the food trucks. One food truck didn't show. The good news is the event raised $10,000 for the center.
So my name is Connie, I'm the new executive director here, and I wanted to just take a moment to also thank our sponsors that helped make this day possible. So we had J.W. Lewis Construction, Massachusetts Maritime Academy. They have a booth here. Please go ahead and visit that. Cape Cod Community yeah, see? Cape Cod Community College, I believe they also have a booth. And also a big thank you to Lorna Ciavola for her donation and sponsorship in memory of Daniel.
The Bourne Community Engagement Committee voted to award the National Marine Life Center $2,400 for advertising and promotion of the event. The Bourne Community Engagement Committee also awarded $6,000 to the Canal Day events. Canal Day will be held at Buzzards Bay Park on September 17th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Cape Cod Baseball League started the 2022 season on June 12th. The Bourne Braves won their first game with a 5-3 win over the Brewster Whitecaps. On July 1st, the Braves are in third place in the Western Division of the Cape Cod Baseball League. The Bourne Newcomers and Neighbors Community Group attended a nail-biter of a game on June 22nd. Bourne came out on top of the Chatham Anglers with a 5-4 win. Home games are played at Duran Park at the Upper Cape Tech campus and are free of charge. For more information or to see the schedule and stats, visit their website, capecodbaseball.org. Bourne has a new summer visitor. The small cruise ship American Constitution docks at Mass Maritime Academy's State Pier. The ship holds up to 170 passengers. It begins its cruise in Boston, then on to Gloucester, then Buzzards Bay, and then to Martha's Vineyard, Newport, New Bedford, Provincetown, with a return to Boston. While docked in Bourne, passengers can disembark for land excursions to Hyannis, Plymouth, and Plymouth Plantation. The Briggs McDermott House opened for the season on June 17th. To kick off the season, the Aptucxet Garden Club president, Pat Namath, and member Kathy Sargent O'Neill gave a talk about the history of the Briggs McDermott Gardens and their historical development of the home garden during Victorian times. The show can be seen in its entirety on BourneTV.com or BTV's YouTube channel. The house will be open to visitors Fridays and Saturdays from 1 to 4 p.m. through September 3rd. On July 23rd, don't miss the Everything Blueberry event held under a tent on the grounds of the Briggs McDermott House. Come and enjoy treats featuring blueberries. The cost is $5. The Buzzards Bay Play Space, aka the Splash Pad and Playground, opened on June 17th. Hours are 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Open every day except Tuesdays. The lineup for the Concerts by the Canal in Buzzards Bay Park has been announced. On July 7th, the Midnight Society Dance Rock and Roll Alternative. On July 17th, Boom Boom Band is rock and rollin' the place. On July 21st, it's the Corvairs, a nostalgia rock and roll band. July 28th, it's Indigo Shore, an acoustic cover band. On August 4th, it's a Navy band, Northeast Quintet. On August 11th, it's the popular Jody Moore Band, rockin' the hits with classic and modern rock, pop, funk, dance, and country. On August 18th, it's Barefoot Rebel, a Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute band. On August 25th, it's the Band of Brothers, a rock and roll band. All concerts start at 6:30 p.m., weather permitting. The very popular and fun gigantic jumping pillow located at Bourne Scenic Park has split and needs to be replaced. Replacement costs are estimated between $12,000 and $13,000. Here's an update on striper fishing in the canal by East End Eddie Doherty. Mr. Doherty is a retired Massachusetts District Court Clerk Magistrate appointed by the late Governor Paul A. Cellucci. Author of 7 Miles After Sundown, about surf casting the Cape Cod Canal for striped bass. Columnist for the Bourne Enterprise and contributor to several newspapers and magazines.
This fishing report is coming to you from the Cape Cod Canal. Today, the Falmouth Fishermen's Association and the Buzzards Bay Anglers Club are having their 4th annual cookout on the side of the canal here at Aptucxet. It's a great time. Some of our guys caught fish today, and we've been here since like 3 in the morning, so it's time for lunch pretty soon. And Bill Prudo, also known as Bill on the Grill, is cooking up a feast. There's nothing like having hamburgers and hot dogs at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you haven't lived until you've had one of Bill's sauerkraut dogs. So the canal has been kind of slow lately, but some guys have found success. Adam Smith, Marine Corps veteran of 2 tours in Iraq, caught a 17-pounder close to the East End. He was bouncing a Savage Mac off the bottom, and Don Pizzuto from Red Top caught a 35-pounder in the West End, he was using a green fish lab, which is becoming a more popular lure in the last few years, especially in the canal. And the biggest fish I've heard this year is a 48-pounder caught near the Bourne Bridge, but it's been slow lately. Although the other day, Don Hawkeye Willis caught 2 slotfish in the middle of some topwater action. He was using a Jobo, a yellow Jobo pencil made by Guppy Lures, one of my favorite lures, a great lure. He was using the 3-ounce, which floats. And just the other day, Billy Prudo caught a slot fish, a 31-inch. So there are fish in the canal, but you have to work hard to find them. And there's a lot of bait still in the canal. So hopefully the predators come back for the bait. There are a lot of striped bass in Buzzards Bay right now. They remain there because there's a lot of pogies there. There were some pogies in the East End the other day. Bob Ware told me there were so many of them, they went from one side of the canal to the other, but they went right back out into Cape Cod Bay. So if the pogies stay, the stripers will follow, and hopefully that's going to happen pretty soon. So for my tip of the month, I'd just like to show you my canal bike. And you notice it's a girl's bike, and most canal rats use a girl's bike because it's easier to get off. If you had a boy's bike, you'd have the bar here, and to dismount, you'd have to swing your leg around and kick your rods that are standing up in the back. So what I wanted to show you today is a little show and tell here, just the proper way to secure your lure on your rod when you're riding in your bike, or even if you're walking down the canal. So I've got this tail hook I put into the frame of the guide frame. You want to put it in the frame, not in the guide itself. The guide itself is what your line goes through, and you want to keep that nice and smooth. If that gets cracked or damaged, it could damage your line. It could fray your line, and that could be a problem if you had a nice fish on. So you want to put the hook in the guide frame, not in the guide. So until next time, catch a big one and be safe. This is East End Eddie on the Cape Cod Canal.
Now for our top stories. The first weekend in June was graduation weekend in Bourne. On Saturday, June 4th, Bourne High School held its graduation ceremony for 105 students. Class valedictorian Grace Gobeel gave a speech thanking her parents for all who helped achieve her goals on what she felt was a daily sprint through school, activities, and work, and has since realized that life isn't a 100-meter dash, it's a marathon, and if you sprint the whole time, you'll never make it to the end. Stating it's important to slow down, to take notice of the people and places around you, to notice your impact on others and the world. Kai Chen was the class salutatorian, and Grace Russell was the Nye Honor essayist. Principal Amy Setner applauded the students for the remarkable record-setting amount of scholarship money received by the class of 2022. For a class of only 105 students, they received a remarkable $1,054,604, and of that amount, $168,636 was from local scholarships. Wow. On Sunday, June 5th, 171 students from Upper Cape Tech received their diplomas during their graduation ceremony. Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey says the state is suing more than a dozen companies, including 3M and DuPont, for knowingly contaminating drinking water and other resources with PFAS, known as forever chemicals. PFAS are found in numerous products such as stain-resistant and non-stick products. She alleges these companies hid the dangers of PFAS used in firefighting foam and that they lied to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency about how toxic their products were and said they were safe. Here's what's happening downtown. Soft as a Grape opened at 111 Main Street across from the Buzzards Bay Park, the former location of Seekers. Work on the Belmont Circle, aka the Buzzards Bay Rotary, ended for the summer tourist season on June 23rd. Workers have been busy installing electricity for the Hawk lights that will alert drivers to pedestrians and cyclists trying to circumvent the rotary around the newly installed sidewalks. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held for the National Marine Life Center for an electric vehicle charging station, the first one in Buzzards Bay.
Thank you again, everybody, for coming today. This is an exciting day for the National Marine Life Center. We take very seriously our role as environmental stewards and as conservation missionists here. So one of those missions for us is reducing our own carbon footprint and reducing our reliance on natural resources. So this new station is very exciting for us, not only for us to use, our staff and our volunteers, but also for the general public to just encourage more use towards electric vehicles. So this is an exciting day for us, and it's just one more component in our plan to reduce our own emissions here. We have our solar panels on our hospital and our pump house, and now we have this exciting electric charger. So thank you all very much for coming.
Nice that you all do your part to protect our community and protect the environment. There's not many options for these around town right now, so it's nice that we have one here in the village of Buzzards Bay. So you're doing your part to protect the community and participate in positive climate change, and hopefully we'll see more of these around town. With the price of gas, we got to look at these options in order to not only protect the environment but also to save some money at the same time. So. And as a community, we're looking at to go to all electric cars by 2030, except for emergency access vehicles, fire, police, and DPW. So hopefully we'll stick to that mission and that goal. So thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you in the news.
Thank you, Tina. 1, 2,
Perfect.
3. Oh, those scissors are jumping!
The offices of the Friends Food Pantry moved into the former TD Bank building at 121 Main Street. The actual food pantry will be open for business on Main Street on September 13th. The food pantry will be closed for the weeks of August 29th and September 5th for moving. Here's an update on services. Bourne's Residential Recycling Center is now open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please don't bag your recycling. Dump the recycling out of the bag so it's loose in the blue-lidded barrel, and put your barrels at least 2 feet apart at the curb. Clean and rinse cans and bottles before putting them in the barrel. Wondering what to do with all that shrink wrap you pulled off your boat? Free boat shrink wrap recycling is available at the Bourne Recycling Center. If you're feeling depressed or hopeless or having suicidal thoughts, or if you know someone who's struggling in this way, please reach out for help. Locally, you can call the Samaritans of Cape Cod at 508-548-8900. Please be aware it's tick season. Check yourselves, your children, and your pets after being outdoors in the woods or in the grass. Immediately remove any ticks. The CDC recommends that you use clean, fine-tipped tweezers to grasp the tick as close to the skin surface as possible. Pull upward with a steady, even pressure. Don't twist or jerk the tick, because this can cause the mouth parts to break off and remain in the skin. If this happens, remove the mouth parts with tweezers. As the cost of food rises, the Bourne Friends Food Pantry becomes even more vital to our community. They accept food donations and monetary donations. Food donations can be dropped off at the box in the Bourne Community Building and at the Market Basket grocery store. If you are in need of Meals on Wheels, or if you can volunteer to deliver meals, please call Elder Services of Cape Cod, 508-394-4630. Cleaning out your closets or the basement? Here's a heads up. On November 1st, 2022, the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection has a new waste ban on mattresses and textiles. Textiles are defined in the regulations as clothing, footwear, bedding, towels, curtains, fabric, and other similar products, except for textiles that are contaminated with mold, bodily fluids, insects, oil, or hazardous substances. The ban is part of a goal to reduce overall disposal statewide by 30% by 2030. The long-term goal, DEP said, is to achieve a 90% reduction in disposal by 2050. Bourne has drop-off containers for textiles available. Put clean bagged clothing in textiles such as blankets, towels, etc. in one of the drop boxes located in the parking lots of the Bourne Public Schools. These donations benefit the Bourne PTA. The St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Shop also accepts donations. They relocated from Main Street to the Knights of Columbus building at 5 Armory Road in Buzzards Bay. There are also Salvation Army and Planet Aid drop boxes located throughout the town. The Council on Aging, located in Bourne Community Building 239 Main Street, offers a variety of programs for those 60 years and older. The COA offers a variety of dementia-friendly programs, including chair exercise the second and fourth Thursdays of the month at 11 a.m. The Connection Cafe, Monday, July 11th and August 1st at 1:30 p.m. Family Caregiver Support and Companion Group, fourth Monday of the month at 2:30 p.m. Call the COA for more information. There will be a Veterans Coffee Hour the second Wednesday of the month, so that's July 13th and August 10th at 9 a.m. with Veterans Agent Guy Goldstock and Outreach Coordinator Carrie Finney. On Thursday, August 11th at 10 a.m., Shine will hold a Medicare cost savings presentation on SNAP benefits and fuel assistance. Balance and Conditioning with Neil Sullivan is an 8-week summer class that must be prepaid. The fee is $75. It will meet on Mondays and Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Check out the live tour of Barcelona, Spain via Zoom or in person at the Council on Aging Thursday, August 4th at 10 a.m. An ice cream social will be held on Thursday, August 25th. Call to secure your spot, 508-759-0600. Extension 5300. There's lots more programming at the Council on Aging. Check out their newsletter online at townofbourne.com. Click on Council on Aging Department and then select Newsletter from the menu on the left. Here's what's happening at the library. To the delight of young and old, the Friends of the Jonathan Bourne Library hosted a baby animal petting zoo in the garden at the library. The library also hosted Love Songs from Broadway with vocalist Stephanie Meal and pianist Lucy Banner. You can catch the whole concert on BourneTV.com or Bourne TV's YouTube channel. The library, in conjunction with Bourne TV, has a program called Bourne Community Reads. If you'd like to read a few children's books, Bourne TV will film it and share it on the library website, YouTube, and Channel 13. You can read your favorite stories or have child's librarian Terry Johnson choose some for you. It only takes about 30 minutes, and it could mean a lot to a child who will be able to have books read to them whenever he or she wants. For more information, call Terry Johnson at 508-759-0600, extension 6106. Here are some beautiful photos taken by area photographers showing the beauty that surrounds us. Here's an update on COVID-19. You can now help protect your whole family by getting everyone vaccinated. Vaccines are now available for individuals 6 months and older. The COVID-19 vaccine has been shown to be safe, effective, and protective against serious illness. Parents of children 4 years of age and down to 6 months should contact their pediatrician for vaccination advice. On July 1st, the state 7-day positivity rate is reported to be 5.52%. Barnstable County has a 14-day positivity rate of 6.5%, and Bourne has a positivity rate of 5.65%. Remember, there are new medications in pill form that you can take in the first 5 days of being ill with COVID-19 if you're at risk of serious illness from COVID-19 due to an underlying condition. Paxlovid is an oral antiviral pill that can be taken at home to help keep high-risk patients from getting so sick that they need to be hospitalized. Contact your physician to ask if a prescription drug is recommended for you. If you need a vaccine or a booster shot, visit vaxfinder.mass.gov for a list of vaccination locations. Remember, the vaccine is free and no ID or insurance card is required. Need a COVID test? Visit barnstablecountyhealth.org. The virus monkeypox is on the rise in the U.S. and around the world. Thanks to prior investments in health security and the nation's prior experience responding to the monkeypox virus, the United States has effective vaccines and treatments that can be used against monkeypox. Monkeypox is a virus that is generally spread through close or intimate contact with symptoms that include a rash and fever. It is much less transmissible than the fast-spreading respiratory diseases like COVID-19, and this outbreak has not caused any deaths in the United States. Here's a look at the calendar with some upcoming local events. The Bourne Sandwich Rotary Club announces the return of the Upper Cape Car Show at the Upper Cape Tech High School. Car shows will take place on July 12th and August 16th, starting at 5 p.m. The traditional Tuesday night car cruise has been expanded to include a Aptucxet and will also feature a static display from the United States Coast Guard. For more information, please visit www.rotaryclubofbournesandwich.org. July 18th through July 24th, the Barnstable County Fair is on. Allie Colleen opens the fair on Monday, July 18th on the main stage. The famous Demolition Derby is 2 nights, Tuesday, July 19th and Wednesday, July 20th, both nights at 7 p.m. Thursday, July 21st, the band Arrival, an ABBA tribute band, will take the stage at 7:30 p.m. Peter Noon Hermits will appear at the fair on Friday, July 22nd at 7:30 p.m. On July 23rd, it's Parmalee performs on the main stage at 7:30 p.m. On Sunday, July 24th, Private Eyes, a Hall & Oates tribute band, takes the main stage at 6 p.m. You can buy tickets to the fair online at the website. Go to capecodfairgrounds.com. Tickets are good for any day of the fair, or you can buy a multi-day pass. Tickets are available for children, seniors, and those with a valid military ID. Hey, and don't forget to come to beautiful Buzzards Bay Park and Splash Pad for concerts by the canal every Thursday night, weather permitting. Concerts start at 6:30 p.m. and are free and open to the public. Enjoy dinner on Main Street, or bring your beach chair and order takeout for a picnic in the park from one of our many Main Street restaurants. It's a fun, family-friendly event. The Aptucxet Trading Post and Museums are open for the season, located at 6 Aptucxet Road in Bourne. Hours are Thursday, Friday, Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Private tours can be arranged outside of the usual business hours, so contact them at Bourne Historical Society at comcast.net to arrange for a private tour. The Bourne Historical Society has announced 3 talks for their Wednesday gatherings to be held at the Lyons Family Pavilion at Aptucxet. On Wednesday, July 7th at 7 p.m., Salvation Army nurse Terry Arthur will give a talk called Power Failure about the historic storm of 2013 on Cape Cod. On Wednesday, August 10th at 7 p.m., it's 400 Years of Wampanoag Tribal History by Select Board member and CEO of the Wampanoag Herring Run Tribe, Melissa Ferretti. On Wednesday, August 24th, it's Cape Cod and the Portland Gale of 1898 by Don Wilding. All of the talks will be held at the Pavilion at Aptucxet unless rain causes them to move the talk to the Historic Center over at 30 Keene Street. Tours of Joint Base Cape Cod are available to the public on Friday, July 15th, Saturday, August 20th, and Friday, September 16th, and Saturday, October 15th. Each tour is from 9 to 1 p.m. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all that's going on in Bourne. Go to youtube.com and search for Bourne Community TV. Please support programming on Bourne Community TV by going to bournetv.com and clicking on Membership. Well, thanks so much for watching this episode of the Bourne Review. Have a happy summer, and I'll see you next time.